so this food
That don't make no sense. Like, this is petty right here.
Cool. I'm about to pay my half and I'm gonna leave.
What?
Are you serious? Hold on, wait a minute. This is so sad. God, this boy really making me pay though. Hold on. Here.
Oh, you paying for yours?
Yeah, just get that. You making me pay? That's weird.
And now it's time to pay!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the desert. Give me the sit trip. Today we'll discuss a topic that is really famous, which is chivalry dead? Now the reason why it's famous is because women, modern women, they still want to reap off the benefits of the traditional life they hate so much and they fought for decades to get rid of. Yet as mentioned, they still want the good aspects of it. So we're gonna start with this one right here and see what her thoughts are.
Chivalry and just basic common manners. I can say in my neck of the woods, I'm in the Baltimore area, I'm in the suburbs, people are generally pretty good about, holding doors open, thanking people, you're welcome, all of that. And, anytime someone holds a door open for me, or even sometimes if a man sees me coming and stands aside to let me go, I make sure I make direct eye contact and say, thank you, I really appreciate it. And most people do the same thing. And even when I go to my local post office, people hold the door for one another. It's just a very common and really beautiful thing that everyone is being, so courteous and conscious of one another's humanity. So, but, I hear in my comments that that's not the case where people are, or sometimes a man has held a door for a woman and a woman has been really nasty to him. So let me know, what is it like on manners and classic kind of chivalry in your neck of the woods?
Well, that's a good point. And that is that chivalry is not absolutely dead. Now, I say that it's dead because the men with self-respect are not willing to provide it to women who are not worth it. But there are still plenty of men out there that are providing the chivalry even when the woman doesn't deserve it. Alright? But forget about those sims. Let's talk about men with self-respect. We're still willing to be chivalrous. We're still willing to be traditional. I mean, that's all we want, if you ask us, from the beginning. That's all we want. But you women, most of you anyway, you just really don't deserve it. Again, this is something that I've mentioned in the beginning of the video. They want only the positive aspects of traditionalism. You've probably heard, gentlemen, women whine about, why does the bride have to wear white? That is so patriarchal. That just means that she has to be innocent and pure. That's what it represents. And of course, nowadays, it's a bad thing for women to be, pure and innocent. We've had a body count in the upper double digits. We don't want no white dress. Or why does the man, the father, have to give away the daughter like she's sheep? Disgusting. They don't like the traditions that have some symbolism that they don't like because they want to be modern and independent 304s. But when it comes to symbolism by opening doors, pulling chairs, that are really things you don't need a man to do for you, then we're not independent anymore. We want the bills to be paid, we want the chair pulled, we want the door open, right? It's one of the many double standards of today's society.
I am tired of Earth. These people.
Chivalry is so dead. What makes you say that? Because every time I go on a date, there are literally 0 guys that know how to do it. What do you mean? Open my door? Pull my chair out? Pay the bill? The sidewalk thing? You know what I mean. Well, yeah, I do know what you mean, but I think you're just looking at chivalry the wrong way, huh? Those things you mentioned are great examples of chivalrous actions, but chivalry isn't a checklist. It's a duty and an energy. I'm confused. See, if you go into a date with a list of items, and you just find yourself testing him on whether or not he performs them, then you aren't actually connecting with him or paying attention to what matters. What matters is is that I feel taken care of. Right, but you aren't testing that. Because his version of taking care of you might be different from your image of it. Maybe he held open the restaurant door, but not the car door. Maybe he was never taught the sidewalk thing. Maybe he didn't pull out your chair, but he made sure you were comfortable at the table. He might not be doing your ideal version of what you call chivalry, but he's still trying to take care of you. And I think you're probably missing out on some great men by rushing to judgment. Decent point. What are you doing? Deleting my chivalry list? You actually had a list? Yeah.
Alright, so they had us in the first half, not gonna lie. This one will take it in a different direction. But she's absolutely correct that there are plenty of men out there that are still willing to do this, alright? But notice one thing, when women discuss chivalry and why it's dead and why it no longer exists, as mentioned previously, guys, it does exist. Yes, the self-respecting men are not chivalrous towards 304s, but there are plenty of men out there, both simps and men who are not necessarily simps, they are just naive, who are still willing to be chivalrous, who are still willing to provide for women that are absolutely modern, independent, and insufferable. There are still men like this. Plenty, the majority of men today are like this. Notice how they are never part of the conversation, though. Why? Because these modern women don't even consider these men dateable options. The men that gift flowers and write poems, you know, modern day Romeos, they get no attention, they get no coochie, they get no time of the day for them, right? Because they are nice guys, and nice guys so boring, where are the butterflies and all that. That's why they're never part of the equation. If it was all about chivalry, women could have chivalry from these simps and naive men. But in the end, it's not chivalry. In the end, guys, the game for women nowadays is validation from men who are leagues above them.
Y'all gotta check this one out and tell me what y'all think.
So we on a date, y'all. This dude took me on a date, and now he's trying to make me pay half for the bill. Let me see it since you don't want to pay. Let me see the things I can show them. Because this is embarrassing. No.
You should have said that from the jump. You asked her on a date.
You want me on a date?
Yeah, and I paid you. Then you were supposed to give me something. This food
That don't make no sense. Like, this is petty right here.
cool. I'm about to pay my half and I'm gonna leave.
What?
Are you serious? Hold on, wait a minute. This is so sad. God, this boy really making me pay though. Hold on. Here.
Oh, you paying for yours?
Yeah, just thinking you making me pay. That's weird. Like, damn.
This is why you always have your own money when you go on dates, just in case some shit like this pop off. That should have been discussed at the beginning, that you was only gonna pay for her food in exchange for some ass. That way she would have determined if she wanted to go on the date and give you some ass, or if she didn't want to go on that date. I would have left your ass sitting there when you first said it. I would have paid the whole bill and I would have bounced up out of there.
You women are so manipulative, aren't you? Aren't you little, pitiful, disgraceful, manipulative witches? Oh man, be honest about it. Well, wait a minute, you aren't being honest about it. Why don't you tell men, hey, I'm not gonna give you the kitty. I'm not interested in seeing you again. I'm interested in chat down the street. You're not 6 feet tall. I will never consider you as a human being. That's why I'm going on a date for a free meal and I'm not interested in anything more. Why don't you say that and see how men react and see if they will take you on a date after that? Why don't you do that? Oh no, because you get to manipulate, you get to lie, you get to fake stuff, but we're not allowed to do it. We have to be all, noble about it. No. We don't make the rules, we just play the game, madam. You made these rules. You women started this game by leeching off of men for their resources like some parasites, alright? We just adopted. This is the game that's being played nowadays. Men want to get the bedroom fun for the lowest amount possible. Women want to get the commitment, validation, any sort of resource without providing anything in return, right? That's the game that's been played, and you women invented this. Also, one thing I just have to mention, guys, is the start of this video was so... I'm about to vomit. Like, wind it back if you want to see, but she was crunching chips like some monkey and talking with her mouth full of food. Just so disgusting, gentlemen. Whatever happened to women being the gender that is graceful, elegant? Whatever happened to that is delicate? That's some of the good aspects of women, and they are really important ones. nowadays, modern women nowadays, guys, they have not only left the good aspects of women, which are, as mentioned, being graceful, being elegant, but they have also taken on the bad aspects of men. Like, they have left the good aspects of women, remained with the bad ones, like gossip, toxicity, emotional instability taken to the extreme. They have retained all of the bad aspects. They have left the good aspects of women, and they have taken on the bad aspects of men, like being brute, being cursing like sailors, talking like they are some truck driver, some 50-year-old fat truck driver. No offense to truck drivers, but just I'm trying to come up with a man that is so on the extreme of being inadequate, right? And this is what modern women are. It's just the worst from both worlds, the worst from femininity retained, the worst from men taken from them, and none of the good aspects of both genders. But now, gentlemen, let's move on to our Reddit article, which is written by a man who has moved on from dating and is now embracing the MKTO philosophy. The title is, if this is what dating is like, you can have it. So I want to read this, gentlemen, because I feel like most of you are on the same wave. Okay, 44 male here. I've been off the scene for close to 5 years. I worked on myself and the walk paid off. I'm very comfortable with life as is for me now, but of course I'd like to welcome someone into my life. So this is the only difference maybe between this person and most of you, gentlemen. It is that most of you still want to welcome someone into your life. It's just, that it's probably not going to happen. While this man still has his hopes up. Let's see what happens with that. I got on Facebook dating and had some success, matched with some girls, sent messages, and even exchanged phone numbers with some. I finally worked up the courage to ask a girl out. We agree for me to pick her up, but she changes her mind. I'd rather meet at the place. Awesome, no problem. She's being cautious. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. In fact, I like the idea better. We agreed to meet at 7:30. I arrive at the place. I get a text. She's running late. Okay, what time you thinking? 7:45. I wait 15 minutes. Another text. She says, let's meet at 8:30 instead. This is postponed by a full hour. I almost cancel then, but I literally live within walking distance. Okay, fine. I go back at 8:30. She's there. Great. We meet. I was catfished. Not horribly, but I definitely felt deceived. Common experience. Okay, whatever. It will still be a good meal. Maybe good conversation. I'm not going to go into details, but here's the gist. She's in the middle of a divorce. She's living with her ex. She has 4 kids. She has no job, no prospects. Beautiful. She just moved in her nephew that has a meth problem. I shouldn't have said that on YouTube. Anyway, a substance problem they're trying to help him with. Sorry guys, just such a good option, eh? Now, how many of you want to date this woman right away? All the while, she's telling me how handsome I am and how good I smell, and kept trying to hold my hand or make physical contact in some way. We finish our meal and I say I have work and better get going. It was 10:30. She tries to invite me to her place. What for, gentlemen? To watch Netflix and chill, right? Yeah, sure. These women, guys, just having S3X with strangers. With strangers. You don't know this person. Like, how is that respectable? Add it to the list of her being a single mother of 4, divorced, living with her substance addict nephew. Nope, not even close to going to happen. So this man has some standards. Good job, bravo, I applaud that. There are a lot of men, gentlemen, that are so thirsty for S3X that they get themselves into so much trouble. Being baby trapped, being deceived, being taken advantage of. Have some standards, gentlemen. I read the news. She tries to invite herself to my house. No. I open her car door for her. She steps in, kind of facetiously pouting. I get in my car and drive away. On my way home, I see her car behind me. Holy crap, that's so creepy. That's so creepy. Okay, her place must be on the way to mine, he thinks. I take a turn, she turns. That's weird. I take another turn, she turns. No, are you effing kidding me? I start heading to a store near my house and pull in. She effing follows me to the store, pulls up next to me. Hey stranger, she says. Guys, this is so cringe. Can you imagine a man doing this? I think that if a man does this and the woman reports it to the police, he's taken straight to jail, no questions asked. She's getting the Me Too treatment, right? Double standards again, double standards. If a man does this, straight to jail. But if a woman does it and you share this story as a man, probably most people are gonna laugh at it. Ah, she was being a little too clingy. That's the response you're gonna get. Anyways, I say I need some shaving cream. I'm not good on the spot like that. I tell her to get home safe. She leaves. Thank God. Today I'm working. I am at effing work and I've already received 24 texts and 9 phone calls. What the actual monumental F. And this is how the story ends. So this is a man in his 40s, mid-40s. And notice how appealing he is to women. Now, this woman is psycho, but you can tell that this man, he has put effort in himself. He smells good, he probably looks good, his work has paid off, so he is financially successful. These are the type of men that women cannot resist. These are also the type of men that probably in their 20s had nothing like this going on and were being left behind by all the women. Like, all the women probably thought about this guy when he was younger that he's a dusty, he doesn't earn a lot of money, maybe in the looks department he's not the best thing around. I mean, he's quite attractive, right? But in his 20s he had a competition. Well, now that he's 44 and he has everything together, he's went to the gym, he's successful at work, he has worked on his physique and everything. Now these women want him back. Now he gets the hey stranger treatment, right? And this man concludes with the idea that, yes, this is a one bad experience, this is one-off, but you're not going to find anything better. Like, yes, this one was probably the worst thing around, but you're not going to get much better than this, my man. You're really not going to find a respectable woman at that age, if it's not a 20-year-old, right? You have to be Leonardo DiCaprio nowadays, guys. But now, what do you think about this story, guys? I found it really interesting. Let's move on to a short one, and we'll end with this. This is a positive one that I also wanted to share with you guys. Cuddle battles have completely changed the game. So this is written by a woman. My partner and I have recently started a rule where if a conversation gets heated, we pause and go to our bedroom to snuggle in bed while continuing the discussion. First, it felt weird and unnatural. When I'm aggravated with you, the last thing I want to do is snuggle. But we quickly realized how much of a game changer it is. We always remind ourselves that it's us against the problem, not us against each other. That is such an important mindset. And snuggling during tense moments reinforces this. No matter how annoyed I am about the dishes or dirty socks, common problems with women, being in my partner's arms make it so much easier to remember all the things I love about them. I'm sharing this because I wish I had known that a simple change of scenery will make such a huge difference. I hope this helps other couples. Gentlemen, I want you to think about how many divorces will have been prevented by these women that get divorced because of irreconcilable differences and whatever not, if they literally tried anything. I mean, this approach is nothing special. It's literally the dumbest thing you can think of, all right? And for some couples, it won't work. For this, apparently it did, and I'm so happy about it. It requires that amount of effort to not go through a divorce. Just have conversations. Try to make compromises. Think about the things you love in your partner. Don't think about the dirty socks or about the dishes. You can fix that, all right? You can fix that. And this woman, this is why she succeeds, because she wanted the problems to be solved. She stopped, guys, can you imagine this? She stopped thinking about herself for more than 5 minutes and reached a solution to the problem. Most women won't get that far. Most women will call this irreconcilable differences. They'll say that the man is not doing anything to fix it. Meanwhile, they leave the man alone with the problem. Not only that, but they team up with the problem to battle against the man, right? They do a 2 versus 1, and then they are shocked when the man is not able to fix whimsically everything in life. Literally, that's the little amount of effort it takes to keep a marriage afloat. If you like that person, if you've already been with him and you think you can spend your whole life with him, just do the smallest little bullcrap thingy to keep it together, and it works. It just works. This is, if you ask any people, guys, that have been in marriages, they won't tell you that it's been perfect. They're soulmates, and this is why it magically works. No, soulmates don't exist like that. These modern women, guys, have the expectation that life is a fairy tale Disneyland bullcrap, and that everything should be smooth sailing. They don't want to move their little finger to fix anything, right? And in the end, guys, this is what men want. They want a supportive wife. They want peace and quiet. They want a helper. Yes, men lead. Men are the ones who are problem solvers. That doesn't mean that the woman should leave them alone to face the problem or team up against them, right? I just wanted to share this with you guys. I really enjoyed today's Reddit stories. So leave me your thoughts down below. And guys, I'll be really happy to see you next time. Have a good one.